Are you still at a point where you're maybe waiting for signs, proof, evidence, visible movement? Those are going to be the things that are actually delaying your manifestation. Today I'm going to talk about how to stop that cycle of needing and looking for all the different signs and elements, constantly seeking that validation, or even just getting out of the practice in general, kind of building up your awareness and shifting into the version of you that already has it. We're going to talk about breaking that whole cycle today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to any new viewers. I'm a manifestation coach, and today is a non-SP topic. We're talking about needing validation, needing signs, why it's not going to benefit you, why you don't need to be doing that at all, and how to get out of that habit. If you'd like extra support with your manifestation, you have questions, concerns, you're struggling with it maybe, I do offer extra support through my coaching offers, as well as a more affordable option in the LOA Coaching Darling membership. Exclusive content every single month, multiple exclusive videos and early videos just for members. So take a look, the join button is below. You can see all the perks and information. And yeah, everything is linked below. And now let's start the video. If you're looking for signs, you're coming from this mindset and habit and pattern and literally assumption of it's not done yet. That's what you're telling yourself. That's what you're telling your mind. By looking for the signs, you're saying, I need to go out and look for not even the end result. If you are at least assuming, it's the end result, I suppose that could kind of work. If you're saying, I'm going out to go see my SP because I know she is standing outside my window with, an engagement ring, with flowers, with a confession of love. That's a little bit different. That's actually somewhat positive, but usually looking for signs, that's literally saying it's not here yet. And I need to go see what movements happen. I need to go check up on it. I need to see what is going on here. So you're literally feeding into this assumption of it's not here yet. The subconscious mind and body overall, like your neural pathways, don't know the difference between something real and something imagined. So when I say real, I mean like a physical experience, an actual memory of something you physically experienced, versus something that you've imagined in your mind. The body and the mind can't tell the difference. So whether you're visualizing and imagining and telling yourself, literally just thinking or speaking the words out loud, I have my manifestation, it's done, it's here, I already have it perfectly, isn't it wonderful, versus actually having experienced something and replaying a memory, or literally just saying, oh yeah, I just went here and this happened. Your body and mind will respond the same way to either scenario. If you focus on it, if you embody it, if you visualize it, if you affirm it with, confidence and loop it, your body and your mind are going to react the same way and actually take it in. That's why sometimes, when you affirm a lot or you really get into that end state, you feel the emotions. You actually start to feel, wow, this is what it's going to be like for it to be real. You're keeping your subconscious mind in that waiting mode, that waiting state, because you're coming from a state of lack. You're coming from saying, it's not here yet, I need the signs, or these are the signs I saw, but it's been a long time, all these different reasons and excuses and things that maybe you try to analyze logically or say, this is my list of manifestation experiences, so why hasn't it led to the end result? It's very easy to fall into that way of thinking. So once again, you can convince your mind, your body, like just the way you feel and react and think, to believe and start to accept your affirmations, your manifestation. Keep saying, it's here now, it's already done, because your mind will accept it. So to analogize it, it's kind of like a navigation system, a GPS, where the route, you've already tapped in the route, you already have your end route, you know where you're headed, you know what that journey looks like, more or less. Like you can see the route kind of planned out for you, but the traffic maybe hasn't moved yet. You're in a traffic jam. You know that end result is waiting for you. That route isn't going anywhere. You're following it. You're on the way. You're just in a temporary traffic jam. So you haven't seen that movement yet, but you don't start questioning and looking and saying, okay, let me keep an eye and analyze every single traffic light. I can see every single car. Let me count how many cars there are. You don't start panicking. You say, okay, in a moment, things will start to move. I'll just wait patiently. I know I'm going to get there. It's kind of like that. That's not my best analogy, but it's a decent one. I think that really shows that, you don't overanalyze things. You don't affirm from a state of lack and say, look at all these literal roadblocks in front of me right now, things that are blocking me or maybe that I want to analyze or that aren't ideal. That's not literally showing me the exact, fastest route I can take right now. it looks maybe like, you're not seeing too many things. Doesn't mean you have to go out and force it or analyze it or look for it or, look for the results. You just let it happen, let it come to you, because you know that end result is there waiting for you. So keep in mind that the signs are kind of a minor, somewhat insignificant element. They're not something you need to analyze or put a lot of focus or even panic into. If you stop seeing signs, it's completely fine. Don't panic, don't worry. Things ebb and flow. You might get a lot of visible movement and then no visible movement, or you might see tons of birds before land and then nothing. It doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be completely consistent for every step of your manifesting journey. So yeah, don't panic, don't put too much pressure on it. You can say, I know I'll keep seeing signs that my manifestation is here now and everything's perfect. Just maybe these past few days, I haven't needed to see those signs, and you leave it at that, and then you switch your mindset back. But signs are not, the most significant thing. It's not something you need to wait around for. And actually, you can even flip it around. So something that like a habit and a practice that I've got into that helps a lot, because it's easy to get stuck on signs or, little bits of movement instead of focusing on the end results. And then, you kind of keep manifesting signs, or you just get too stuck on seeing that. Flip it around and say, every time you see something that reminds you of your manifestation, even your specific person, whatever your end result is or whatever it might tie into in your life, when you see something related to that, say to yourself, this means that I have my manifestation. This means it's done. It's already here. It's mine. This means it already exists and I've already fully manifested it. Literally reaffirm that end result, because that's what affirmations are in the first place. You're telling and convincing your mind that you already have what you want. You don't need to believe it. And even if the sign is something minor, like literally seeing your SP's name or seeing a blue car, and maybe blue cars to you are a sign of good luck, just say it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to have like objective meaning. Signs can also show up, there's no rule about how they show up. And I personally don't even know how to, quantify it or say, how many signs you should be getting or, when exactly they will show up. But typically, once you start saturating your mind, you start being consistent, that is when you do really see them. And especially after you've started to embody that new state, embody the end result, and really start to become and think as the version of you who has that. Your mind is literally starting to get convinced. You've put in enough repetition of whatever it may be, probably affirmations, and you've started to really put in that effort to the point where your mind and your subconscious is listening. It's open and it's taking it in, and then it's getting reflected into your physical reality, things related to it. If it's an SP, you might see a lot of weddings, engagements, cute couple photos, or friends getting into relationships. All of that is potentially a bird before land, and take it as a positive sign. Don't spiral, but remember that they're not super significant. They're not the be all end all, but when you do see them, affirm that it's, a positive meaning, and it's literally a sign that you have saturated your mind a lot. And remember that the version of you who already has it doesn't look for proof, doesn't look for evidence, doesn't wait for a sign. If you're in a happy, committed relationship with your SP, or you're in your dream job, you're just doing really well, you're super healthy, happy, you're just thriving in life right now, you're not going to keep looking saying, let me weigh myself again. Let me check my bank balance again. Let me go through my list of friends and make sure, I'm on good terms with everyone. You're like, let me ask my SP, do you still love me? There's like a TikTok trend going around, or like videos I've seen of boyfriends who are carrying the luggage, and then the girls are writing, like putting a video up with a caption of saying, shall I ask him if he still loves me? Showing that, he's doing a really nice, kind, loving gesture. And it's a joke of saying, oh, let me jokingly pretend to seek reassurance. It's the same thing. Like with your manifestation, if you already had it, you wouldn't be asking questions like that. You wouldn't be thinking that way or panicking or trying to analyze things. You would be fulfilled and secure. So whatever your manifestation is, try and come from that mindset. And honestly, oftentimes the proof will arrive when you don't even need it, when you're not seeking it, when you're not in a state of lack, you're not desperate for it. You just don't really need to see that evidence, that proof. So it will show up in its own natural way, usually when you least expect it, just in the most serendipitous, almost like random moments. That's when it will come up. So just have faith and patience in that. Another sign and another element that is key that you should focus on and maybe put more attention to than anything else is your own inner state, your mindset, the way you think. So your internal Your internal conforming is the manifestation unfolding. That is how things conform and come together, because when it starts to unfold and, you know, the bridge of events, or you're literally getting closer and closer to the physical version of receiving your manifestation, your own mindset is going to conform a lot. You're going to feel, and yeah, you're going to really feel emotionally, but mentally and like overall notice within yourself the shifts. That is what you need, not just, you know, a sign in your external reality. So even when your 3D reality is silent and you're not seeing those, you know, physical shifts or the movement and bridge of events and, you know, whatever communication come in, if it's a specific person, you feeling different, you feeling better, you improving your mindset and just feeling more balanced, happy, confident, maybe believing more in your manifestation, that is the sign, that is the movement that you need. Overall, you're the cause, the 3D is the effect. So it's not, I always say this, it's not the other way around. It's not that the external reality and the amount of signs that you get dictates, you know, where you are in your manifesting journey, the quality of your manifestation. It's you and your mindset that are causing the effect of what you're seeing externally. So try not to check up on your 3D manifestation progress. You don't need to keep track or hold on so tightly to it. Try and relinquish that control a little bit, have a bit more trust and faith, because that is what's going to help you on this journey, make things easier, more enjoyable and calm, because you know how it works, you trust in it, and you know that if you do your side of the work, that everything else will come together as it's meant to, because it's not really like a neutral habit. It's actually kind of slowing down your manifestation if you keep checking, if you keep trying to hold on and maybe force the 3D to be a certain way. And then over time, the 3D will catch up. As we know, there's a bit of a delay, a bit of a time lag. Usually results, movement can be instant, you know, steps or a bridge of events. That can happen really quickly and unexpectedly, but oftentimes the full end result of what you're manifesting isn't just going to show up physically. So the 3D does tend to have a bit of a delay, so keep that in mind. And manifest from the state of knowing it's yours, knowing that you're creating this, knowing what you can and will have, and that, you know, convincing yourself, this is mine, this is my reality now, not needing, not hoping and saying, you know, maybe it will work, maybe I can manifest this. No, you're saying, this is my reality, this is what it looks like, and then it will start to show up around you. So yeah, hopefully this was a fun, useful video. I think it was kind of motivational, which most of my content does tend to be. But if you guys enjoyed, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.